Let's start off by saying that when working with congruent polygons, the description of each shape determines which angles and sides are corresponding and congruent. Two parts to your assignment today. The first part, you're going to be told that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle MNO. List all pairs of corresponding congruent angles and sides. So when working with congruent polygons, the description of each shape determines which angles and sides are corresponding and congruent. So if you're asked to list all the pairs of corresponding congruent angles and sides, and you're given the description of each shape, and you may or may not be given a picture of each shape. The picture sometimes doesn't matter. If you're going to list the congruent angles in these two shapes, angle A is congruent to angle M, because they're both the first vertex listed in each description. So angle B is congruent to which angle? Angle N, very good. And angle C is congruent to angle O. The order of the letters in the description determines which vertices and sides and angles are congruent in the second description. So side AB in the first triangle is going to be congruent to which side in the second triangle? MN. And side BC is congruent to NO. And side AC is congruent to MO. MO. Pretty tough, right?
No, not easy enough.
Very good. It is easy. So, turn the page. Take a look at example 2. On the top of 240, using corresponding parts of congruent triangles, and you're given that triangle EFH is congruent to triangle GFH. And then they give you a picture of the two triangles. Six x minus 12 is this angle. Angle E is 21.6. You're asked to find the value of x, so find x, or what x is equal to, and then the measure of angle GFH. GFH. So let's start off by solving for x. And these two angles right here don't really deal with the description much because they're a linear pair, aren't they? So what does this symbol right here mean? 90. So what does 6x minus 12 equal?
90.
And if you add 12 to each side, then 6x equals 102, and you can divide by 6, and x equals 17. Okay, second part of the question is the measure of angle GFH. So GFH would be this red angle right here. All right, and look, GFH, angle F is the vertex, isn't it? And that's congruent to angle EFH, where F is the vertex. So angle EFH would be this blue angle, wouldn't it? Those two angles are congruent to each other. All right? So what do you remember, or do you remember about the acute angles in a right triangle? What do they have to add up to?
Wait, no. 90.
A right triangle already has one 90-degree angle. So don't the other two have to add up to 90? So can't you take 90 and subtract 21.6 to get the blue angle? 68.4. If the blue angle is 68.4 and it's congruent to the red angle, well then what's the red angle equal to? Very good, 68.4. Anybody confused? All right, check it out just below that. Now you're given ABC is congruent to the EF. Triangle ABC. Congruent. Triangle DEF. Here's the picture of ABC. And side AB is 2x minus 2. Angle B is 53 degrees. triangle DEF is rotated. And let's say that D to E is 6, D to F is 8, and E to F is 10. You're asked to solve for x, so you need to find out what x is equal to. And then you need to find the measure of angle F. Two-part question. So now, your side that's 2x minus 2 is your side AB, isn't it? And side AB is the first two letters in the description. So side AB is congruent to which side in the triangle on the right?
D.
Side DE. Alright? Now, based on the order of the vertices in the description, that tells you which sides are corresponding and congruent. That tells you what to make your 2x equal to, doesn't it? So what is your 2x, your 2x minus 2 is equal to the 6. So you can add 2 to each side. And 2x would be equal to 8, and if you divide by 2,
X to the 4.
x equals 4. So x is equal to 4. Now they want the measure of angle F. Angle F corresponds to which angle? F, third in the description, corresponds to C, which is third in the description. So C is congruent to F. The two acute angles in a right triangle are complementary. So the measure of angle C is equal to, that's 90 minus 53, isn't it? Which is 37. So if the measure of angle C is 37 degrees and C and F are congruent, then the measure of angle F is 37 degrees. Make sense?
Yeah.
The key is, the first part of the assignment to me is pretty simple. You're matching letters. You're matching the order of the letters. You're matching pairs of letters and where they sit in the description. The second part of the assignment, when they give you the two triangles, and sometimes the second triangle is rotated or inverted or reflected, and you can't just look at the triangles and determine which sides are congruent, then you go to the description, and the description tells you which sides are congruent. Clear? Good? Any questions? Excellent, excellent. So let me give you a little bit of practice for today. How about you do page 242? Two through 10. And then over on the next page, (17)